Hey guys, welcome to another episode of r/Kollywood. This week, of course, we are going to be talking about the big release which has come out now, Good, Bad, Ugly, which has been running to like full crowds in Chennai as we speak, honestly. And everybody who has been watching it is having divided opinions. So here we are, me and Pirate on FDFS page on Good, Bad, Ugly. So hey, Pirate.
Hello. Hey, Dad.
So yeah, Good, Bad, Ugly is out, and yeah, I mean, it's been fun for the last 24 hours following Reddit Kollywood. Like everybody's views are so polarizing, from each other.
Yeah, I think there's some or general assessment is that it is an Ajit fans movie, but within that also there are sort of disagreements, and it's interesting to see all that. Yeah.
The fun part is like people are basically dissecting what is cinema. What is cinema? Is this cinema or is Mani Ratnam and Kamal Hassan's movies cinema? They are just lost. Everybody's lost for an identity, and I'm enjoying that a lot. I mean, for me, I just feel why does anything have to conform to few rules, right? Like that, there are no rules basically, and for me, that is what Good Bad Ugly is about. There are basically no rules.
Yeah, I just wished if he was going to make it this way, like like கொஞ்சம் wacky எடுத்துருக்கலாம்னு தோணுச்சு. I think the way the references were sort of brought in were okay, but I think he probably could have made it better. And we'll probably talk a little bit more when we get into the movie. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts of it, because I did feel like கொஞ்சம்
Yeah. See,
ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு மேல திகட்டுற மாதிரி இருந்தது.
I,
And
I
maybe that was because of how it was done.
yeah,
But yeah.
I don't want to discount a movie director who has kind of made this is his fifth movie. Yeah, Trishul and Antara, Bagheera,
Correct.
Triple A,
Yep.
Mark Antony.
Triple A. And yeah,
Mark Antony.
correct.
So this is his fifth
Mhm.
movie in Tamil cinema, which is honestly a landmark. There are so many directors who struggle to get a second movie,
Mhm.
and even though he was making crappy movies, he was getting he was getting movies because he has something like there is some quality of him which kind of is attracting producers to make another movie with him, and
Yeah.
like he doesn't hold back on how on his storytelling. Like if something is running in his head, he's like, I'm just gonna throw this, I'm just gonna throw this on the screen. It's got a blast in some way. Maybe few people will like it. Maybe few people who are aligned with me might like it, and that's all Adik really cares about. And so not discounting him, but he has limited capabilities compared to other directors in other ways, in the traditional way, let's say. Okay,
For sure.
he's
Yeah.
special in other ways. Maybe in the traditional way he's lacking, and from him this is what we will get. We every one of us who walked in the movie theater knew this is what we are going to be getting,
Correct.
and he did that and more. According to me, he gave exactly that from what the trailer teaser. Basically, this is what I wrote on Letterbox. The day this project was announced, we all knew what we were going to get, every
Hmm.
single one of us, and he did better than that. Is basically why I kind of like this movie, and I really want to watch it again.
Hmm. I just wonder. So this isn't like it's not that he has to make the same type of movie every time, but I felt that he could have put in the effort that he did for Mark Antony. I don't know why he didn't. Interview பேசும்போது கூட he was telling that he was very focused on how he was going to make Ajit look and how this movie was going to go through. I just wished மார்க் ஆண்டனில இருந்த ஒரு sense of grounding I felt was missing in this film, but I get the point that that wasn't
Why do you
that he didn't
need
want, maybe want it to
why,
be the focus.
why do you need a grounding when you can fly for 2 hours 20 minutes? Like
Yeah.
somebody told me, like, dude, in the padathula or like there is no background story for the character. Like, how do we know this character is this guy, this red devil, who it is? Like, I'm like, you didn't do your homework. Go and watch the 62 Ajit movies which came before. That is your groundwork. This movie is about that character who's already been established in 62 other movies. you know. So
Yeah.
when
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll explain more when we get into the actual bit of it. But that is where I'm coming from. I felt there were elements that I was entertained with, but I just maybe wished for a little bit more. I think உங்களுக்கு அந்த எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன் கரெக்டாக மேட்ச் ஆச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் எனக்கு. I feel like I was trying to go for something within the same meter. So I'm not saying I wanted it to be realistic
yeah,
or
yeah.
make sense or அது என் கம்ப்ளைண்ட் கிடையாது. I did feel that இதே டோன்ல it could have been that's why I think maybe I just wish that it could have gone for something a little bit more. That's all. But yeah.
So guys, you are here for the first segment of FDFS Pechu. Like you can see, like both of us, this is how this movie is being perceived right now. So I hope this podcast is the same way. Yeah. So let's dive into the movie a little bit. Pirate first, I want to know where did you watch this movie? How was your crowd and all that?
Okay, so I traveled. I'm currently in the middle of traveling, so இங்க வந்து I planned for it and I booked a show in the cinema theaters here, and I went there, and then I found out that the movie got cancelled. So நாங்க உள்ள screen குள்ள போறோம். It was like Minecraft was playing, and we were confused for a bit. And then வெளில வந்து பார்த்தா the theater had no idea what happened to this movie. They just said like எங்களுக்கு இந்த படம் இருக்குன்னே தெரியாதுன்னு. So then I had to basically scramble and try to find movies within the same day. And then the unfortunate thing is I could only find one that was running in Telugu. So today is sort of like a controversial. This is an R/Tollywood podcast for me. So that's how I experienced the movie. And எங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு 3 பேர் உட்கார்ந்திருந்தாங்க. So I think I saw it in the worst possible conditions, but I was still entertained overall.
But things you do for the podcast. So thank you for that. So my experience was not like
Yeah.
thousand times better and all. In like there were three theaters where it released. I found like a first day for show that I wanted to watch as early as possible. I was hoping for a bigger crowd, but my theater was filled maybe with 20 to 25 people. அவ்வளவுதான்.
Mhm.
So I also didn't get the experience that I was longing for. I mean, really, I wish I was at Vetri Theatre in Crompet for watching Good Bad Ugly, on the first day.
Yeah,
Like that would be a lifetime experience, seriously. Like regardless of how the
for
movie
sure.
is, just looking at the energy of that place is something that you will not find in other places.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's what makes or breaks this movie in Puerto Rico. If you have people sitting next to you who feel that this movie is too loud and they they are not like doing anything in the screen, it really like gives you a different experience overall on a vibe. So yeah, Chennai Vetri Theatre பார்க்கிறது is a different feeling altogether.
I know, like it's an experience, right? It's more than just a movie.
Yeah.
It's so much more than a movie. Yeah, and honestly, I feel we are in the last few years of this kind of mass cinema and Tamil cinema. I think we are moving very fast away from this. All our stars are going to be gone. So yeah, இருக்கிறப்பே எவ்வளவு அனுபவிச்சுக்க முடியுமோ அனுபவிச்சுக்கணும்ல. So
Yeah,
so small.
I guess so.
So yeah, I just want to put this out as a spoiler, guys. We didn't watch Good Bad Ugly as it was supposed to be with the core of Ajit fans in the heart of Chennai. We were away from all that, but we did watch the movie. So yeah, we're just here to talk about the movie a little bit. So yeah, let's try to dive into the movie right now. We'll try to keep this segment as much as possible without spoilers. But honestly, if you're listening to this podcast, you already know what is inside the movie, so I don't think we are going to be spoiling it big, but we'll try to keep it as much as possible. So yeah, so Pirate, like how did the first half, second half, all that work for you? How was the interval, like the 2 hours 20 minutes, like did you enjoy your time in the theater?
I did enjoy. I was just feeling like I wanted a bit more from the movie in terms of entertainment. That was my overall impression. So I liked I don't know how I feel about this part, but I just wished that I understand why Adik wanted to focus on like a father son story, but and that was sort of crucial to everything that happens in the movie. But I wished that this movie would have been one where there wasn't any family sentiment. But for me, I understand that it's sort of like a meta reference to Ajit himself, who's done movies like this in the past. So I kind of am okay with that. And first up, and like honestly, I was just warming up to it because I wasn't sure like what tone was it going to go and things like that. Um,
So, with I mean,
First half, like,
when you say
I
that,
was just getting used to how Adik was going to make this movie.
I'm a little surprised, honestly, Pirate. You said you are not able to recognize the tone the movie is set in.
I think I was getting warmed up basically. So like, I mean, starting la, I think sort of like wondering is this going to be sort of like a more mass masala vibes, right? Then I feel like it started to get into the spoof territory a little bit. And I wasn't sure if this was intentional or not. And Ajit was behaving.
Seriously, Pirate, that was my favorite part of this experience of Good Bad Ugly.
Yeah,
They knew what they were doing, and
right.
like climax fight like villain will be start like அவனும் சிரிச்சிட்டு இருப்பான் just கூட சேர்ந்து. My God. So that's when I'm like, everybody in this movie knows what they're doing and just having fun.
Yeah,
They don't care about anything.
no.
And very much it was very much in a spoof territory. Like in நம்ம சப்ல கூட யாரோ போட்டிருந்தாங்க as the under the mega thread. Like it almost feels like Tamil Padam 3, and there is no denying it. Honestly, there is no denying. This is basically a Tamil Padam of Ajit Padams. Like could be a C.S. Amudan movie for all we know.
I would say I think this felt a little bit to me like like a sorry, not a Deadpool movie. Where Ajit was sort of playing that type of character, like breaking the fourth wall. Tamil Padam நீங்க சொல்றீங்க that yeah, but I don't think it was sort of making fun of Ajit. I think it was like really like trying to show like an Ajit. It was a celebration one, right?
I agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying when I reference Tamil Padam and Amudan, I didn't. I'm not saying that it made fun of Ajit movies. It was still
Right,
glorifying all of
right.
them in a very right way. But the story within, the story which was happening within,
Yeah.
nobody really cared about it. Nobody cares about the son. Nobody cares about what Trisha's equation with Ajit is. Nobody cares the equation between Arjun Das and Jackie Sharaf. Nobody cares about any of this.
And I loved Jackie Shroff. I think was the one who really knew what movie he was in. He
Yeah.
was going for it.
Like no, seriously, nobody held back, especially Ajit. Like nobody was holding back in this movie. Now, and Arjun Das, I was so happy about his performance in this movie. Seriously.
I wonder though, எனக்கு இது உண்மையா இல்லையான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. I mean, I don't even know, but I'm just wondering if that character was supposed to be played by S.J. Surya because that itself is a reference to like Wali, right?
Yeah.
And who made Wali? S.J. Surya. So I wonder if this would have been better or not if this was played by S.J. Surya.
So, how did you like all the references which kept coming back? Like, so did you get into that? Like, that did you start enjoying it at some point, or initially you liked it, then as the movie progressed, you were kind of just bored of it?
I think எனக்கு என்னன்னா the way the references were sort of like put together and how things happened was like எனக்கு references for references sake இருந்ததே தவிர there wasn't a feeling of like making more use of the references. Like for example, um, I'll just give just an example. It's not necessarily how like I mean he should have made the film. Obviously, the movie was made in that particular way, but I really felt like they could have like gone into a more like sort of science fictionist territory where maybe there's a multiverse and you have like all these other characters that Ajit has played. Like they all sort of like come together. And the Mari, I felt if this was made, I think that
Wow.
I think the idea to have
Wow.
this one person be all of them அதை காட்டுனது தான் எனக்கு வந்து I felt was a,
Bro, basically
it didn't feel
everything
right.
everywhere all at once of Ajit universe.
Exactly. Think about how that would have been, right?
Wow. நோட் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்கப்பா, நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்கப்பா.
So ஒரு பில்லா அஜித் ஒரு தீனா அஜித் they all like have ஒரு different versions somewhere and then finally like இப்போ நீங்க பார்த்த அதே things so there was definitely this I was really shocked ஒரு அஜித் லுக்கும் how it was different all that was great but that's where I'm coming from this movie I felt that they could have like explored and played with that a little bit more and ஒரு கான்செப்ட் கொடுத்திருந்தா and that's what I meant by grounding earlier. If they had given this a concept like Mark Antony or time travel or concept or which, and I'm not saying that was very logical and great, but it was a concept, and on the concept சுத்தி ஒரு story நடக்கும்போது it was entertaining to watch, and I felt in the பத்தியும் if Adik had spent a little bit of time to set that up, அதை சுத்தி அதுக்கப்புறம் அஜித்தோட ரெஃபரன்சஸ் உள்ள கொண்டு வந்ததா that
Seriously.
would have been a little bit more powerful.
Now
Yeah.
you made me dislike this movie a little bit because I am like, dude, you had the potential to do what Pirate is talking about and you didn't do it. That would have been crazy, like Avengers Endgame moment for Ajit.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know you're going to go there, right? So why not go the full way? Um,
Dude, நான்
because
யோசிச்சேன், அஜித் இங்க நின்று இருக்கான், அங்க சுத்தி எல்லா ஹோல்ல இருந்தும் எல்லா அஜித்தும் ஒரே டைம்ல.
and how did you feel about எனக்கு இந்த ஒரு question எனக்கு I really had thought about a little bit. So இந்த Red Dragon introduce பண்ற momentல play பண்ற song, I was just wondering why did they use like a different actor song? I get that that song is really good. I personally really like the song. Um, but எனக்கு அந்த momentல I just felt like if this was supposed to be an Ajit celebration, why use this specific song here? You know? Um,
I'm kind of finding it hard to place the song you're talking about.
so நான் சொல்றது வந்து when he brings up the this is the first time that Ajit actually like goes from good to bad
Yeah, okay.
parts
Yeah.
and இளமை இதோ part start
Yeah,
ஆகுது
yeah,
and
you're right.
it was well cut, it was
Yeah,
well designed,
yeah.
all that is fine, but I was just thinking in my head like I want this to be an Ajit movie, so I wish they would have brought more Ajit stuff into this. Like, so on the song could have been. It's the first time we're kind of experiencing him going all out. So if it had been a Ajit song at the time, that would have been like really cool. So those are like
Thinking
that was a miss for me at
that
least.
should have been the place where Yanni Arinda's background music was running out or something.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But I mean, nevertheless, it was very
I can
entertaining.
see why you're kind of disappointed with this movie because you expected, like, there was scope for to do so much more, to be even more crazier than what it was already was. So yeah, I mean, but for me, right, like for a lot of references, like initially, right, like they kept bringing back
Mhm.
tala irukadu, tala irukum, like everything, like every for in the first 30 minutes, the word tala would have been used like 30 times or 40 times. Yeah, like every single time that it was being done more and more and more and more, I just started
Mhm.
feeling, dude, what are you guys doing? And I just went into it, like, okay, let's see you do it one more time. Let's see you do it one more time. And they kept doing it. I'm like, what? So that's when I'm like, okay, this is what I've signed up for. I need to be in this zone and enjoy this movie, you know. So that there were
Yeah.
parts where really serious stuff was happening, but I was like just laughing out here because of how crazy stuff was out there in the screen.
I completely agree. Yeah. And I have to say, it looked like Ajit was really enjoying this the whole time. So that was really what I think kind of sells the whole thing. Um, because I can see him being very uncomfortable, but somehow I think he's embraced this depiction and the character. So that was nice. Yeah.
So that first part இருக்குல்ல, like God bless you.
Mhm.
the song like they kind of put Ajit in it, like he was not in the best shape when he was doing that song and all that, right? But you could clearly
Mhm.
see he didn't care about any of this. He was just there to have fun. He just was there to
Exactly.
have fun with the boys, and everybody was having fun. Everybody has a lot of respect for him out there, and everybody was just dancing like you're supposed to. You don't have to look your best when you're dancing. When you're dancing, you just need to dance and have fun, and that is all that was happening. And pretty much the entire movie was like that. It was about people just having fun together, making this entire project. like
Yeah,
uh,
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I was laughing out loud. Like when Puli Puli song on the இருந்துச்சுல, like when that came out, the
ஆமா.
movie was basically in top gear, like some serious stuff போயிட்டு இருக்கு. But I was laughing out loud, dude. How are you? Like how is this happening? All this, the
That is definitely the
kid is
emotion
being
that I felt
kid
through
is
several
being
times. Yeah.
yeah, the kid is being kidnapped and all that, and you're like putting a rock song in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so this is why I really want people to go out and watch this movie in a theater and just have some fun and come back. Like this movie, if you're gonna watch it in OTT, honestly, not satyama varthilla. Like it's gonna be bad. If you wanna have a good time, it's like you need to go to the theater and really in the next 2 days, basically this weekend, you need to
Hmm.
you need to gift your life this experience of watching Good Bad Ugly, especially if you're in Chennai.
Yeah, I will say if you're somebody who is going to critically analyze this movie, you're going to have a bad time. Um, I know it's hard for a lot of people. For example, now, Pona Gangly, there was definitely like a lot of people who were like, this movie, what is this movie? Like, they just didn't get it. And I feel like even if you watch it in the theater, you have to be in that zone of nothing like you said, right?
Yeah,
Like what is this, and you have to just embrace it, find a way to embrace what is going on, and then you will definitely have a good time. I don't know how else to describe that.
I feel this movie for people who it works or who it doesn't work. I think first 15 minutes, like when Ajit's introduction goes on for 20 minutes solid, like without his face coming out. Uh, if you are in at that time, you're in. If you're out at that time, I think basically you can just walk out of the theater right away.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the technical aspects of this movie and all that, like how the stars performed. So how did you like the cast? How did you like how the characters were set up in the movie? Did you feel the casting was apt for all the other characters?
Yeah, I think the cast was great. I liked that they kept the cast compact and didn't feel the need to bring too many people in for cameos and try to dilute like the stakes of everybody who are already set up as characters. So, for example, like on the prison sequence, Lala, I'd hope to expect someone else show up as like maybe a surprise cameo to protect the son, but it was still Prasanna and Sunil and all the characters we already knew from early on in the movie. So I felt that that was like a really neat touch of keeping the story like minimal with all these people and the characters who were there. Yeah, like we said earlier, they knew what they were in, and they seem to also have a really good time in the movie so far. And எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு வகையில ஒரு references and things that they had done were mentioned and kept, which was a really nice touch. What did you think?
So yeah, like நீங்க இப்ப சொல்ற பாயிண்ட் அப்பதான் யோசிக்கிறேன். Like for a very long time, I felt when in the second half, especially when there were circumstances where you needed somebody else other than Ajit to help other people. In one place you had Simran, in one place you had like Sunil, like you said, Sunil and Prasanna. But at every point, I was like, this. I'm 100% sure there's going to be another Ajit in this movie. Double action. But that never happened. Basically, Adi kept away from all that, and like you said, he was able to use the same characters again and again, which is really commendable. But I felt es- other than Ajit, I felt Arjun Das had scope to perform in this movie, and it worked really well with Arjun Das. Like you said, it could have been Ajay Surya, but Arjun Das seized the opportunity that he got, and I feel this is going to put him like give him a good jump in Kollywood, you know.
Yeah, எனக்கு personally, I just it was a little bit different for me because of all the roles he has done in the past, where he's like a very serious and like sort of like a deep voice with a person. Suddenly, in the movie, like when he's dancing around and he's doing all of this stuff, it felt a little bit different for me. But again, that's the embracing aspect of it.
Exactly. See that was his introduction scene, right? Like they're establishing everything very clearly from the first frame,
Exactly. Yeah.
and he continued dancing till the end of the movie. So, but yeah, I mean, Trisha and all that. It was kind of just a good welcome because she has been one of the most successful pairs for Ajit over the years, right? So all that callback
Yep.
did feel good. Um, Trisha Warrior,
Karapuri reference was great. I think I
yeah,
had a laugh out loud. ஒரு moment கண்டிப்பா அதுக்கு.
like everybody was accepting of what this movie was doing. Like every character inside this movie is like, yeah, do whatever you want to. I'm in, you know.
Yeah.
Like I would have never imagined Simran to take a character like this ever in my life. Even from somebody who has done Kovil Patil Veer Lakshmi, I still didn't expect a Kill Bill from her.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but otherwise, how did you feel about like was the movie too loud for you, the color grading or the sound?
I think the sound was pretty loud. அதுவும் especially like towards the end நாங்க theatre விட்டு வெளில வரும்போது song play ஆயிட்டு இருந்தபோது we yeah it was too much at that particular moments, but there were moments even in the movie I felt that the sound mixing was a little bit like too much to the high degree. That probably also brought the um like ஒரு நான் early on சொன்னேன்ல it was like a bit too much in it. Maybe the sound probably played a part in
No,
it as well,
basically the
for
sound would
sure.
have if you had seen it in Chennai, the sound would have been drowned by people shouting around. So
Correct.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
maybe the movie
The
was
fact
set in
that
a tempo where where you're supposed to hear what is happening above all the Ajit fans shouting out there, you know. But honestly, I didn't. I expected my head is gonna be hurting like it is like Kango or something. But honestly, it didn't feel too loud. At least from the JV Prakash Kumar part. It was loud, of course. It was loud, but it was not like super loud that it was hurting my ears and all. I felt there was a good. I felt GV Prakash did a pretty good job with the mixing and everything felt very clean, honestly. And the Karisal Ilama, it was kind of clean. So even the old songs that were brought in, it
correct.
everything felt clean and that I think GV has to be commended for that because without that this movie would have been really hard to watch. And I think the editing was very wacky in this movie. Adi kept talking to this guy. I think his name is Vijay. The editor's name is Vijay. It was super wacky in
Correct.
this movie. Like same like how wacky this movie is. This they'll just cut and crop and paste wherever they want to, and everything was working out for some reason.
The editing was sharp enough that you felt things were moving faster. So even if people had an issue with the story and all that, I think they would be oddly entertained overall by the movie, which I think was definitely,
By the
yeah, editing was a huge factor for that.
You're very right. Like usually Tamil cinema, like off late at least, if I cut the movie into like 4 quarters, every movie struggles in the third quarter. Okay, every single movie struggles to like keep the audience kind of engaged in the third quarter. And the fourth quarter climax, or when the third act starts, they somehow push it again. But this movie, even in the third quarter, there were so many things happening that it kept me very entertained.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
let's come to the last segment. So, whom do you think, according to you, Pirate, who, who are the people who should be going to the movie theaters and watching this?
Um, I think, I mean, I don't want to qualify this for just Ajit fans. I think anybody who um, just wants to be entertained, who is looking for entertainment, and who isn't going to think too much about the story. Obviously, it helps that it's if you're an Ajit fan, you know everything that's happening and how everything like goes through. But if you have been sort of just inundated with um, movies that have been like serious, that they have a message, that they have all of these things. I think this movie would be a break from that, and I think those, I think all of those folks would really find it fun in this movie. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, if you're a Majid fan, this is everything that you've kind of asked for.
yeah.
Um,
If you're an Ajit fan, definitely go for this movie. And I think if you're a fan of masala cinema and mass cinema, I think you will definitely like this movie. If you just want to be entertained, I think that this is definitely gonna check all the boxes for you. But of course, if you're going into the movie with an intention of expecting the movie to pull you into the zone that you are expecting, I don't think it's gonna happen. You need to be in the zone of that movie. Yeah.
The one thing I will say, having said that, is எனக்கு I don't feel there is a rewatchability to this movie. I mean, I don't know if I would go and sit and watch this again, or I don't see myself like if they put it on TV or OTT ever coming to and watching this movie. I don't know why to describe why that is the case, but it was interesting. Like Adik was saying, his influence and his inspirations are like K.S. Ravikumar, S.P. Muthuraman, and all the other like the older Tamil directors who've done movies like this and who have like given references and things. But when I can watch all of their movies even today on KTV or even on OTT or YouTube, and I can still enjoy those movies. But for some reason, I feel that the rewatchability element is. I don't think I would find myself going and watching this movie. What do you think about that?
I told you, right. I've already seen this movie, and I'm kind of looking forward to watching it again. See, I'm a fan of comedy movies. Okay, like if a movie can make me laugh, I'm totally in. It doesn't matter if it's dark comedy or if it is proper like Vadivel Vivek comedy. Like if a movie can make me just keep me entertained in a movie theater, like Jil Jang Jak has a different kind of comedy and all that, right? Like I will watch
Hmm.
it. Like even Jailer is a serious movie, but I watch it again and again for the comedy. Like same with Beast and all that. So if
Okay.
you give me a movie which will make me laugh, I'll watch it again. And for that reason, I will definitely rewatch Good Bad Ugly just because I want to laugh and have a good time. As simple as that.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, on that note, let's finish this podcast. So guys, I think we gave you enough information to make the decision if you want to go and watch this movie. But yeah, if you do watch the movie or don't, just leave the comments under this YouTube video will be helpful for us, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and every like goes a long way. So we'll see you around with another podcast from Reddit Kollywood very soon. Bye.
Bye.